Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up for turn number 4. Who's it gonna be? Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing. Tonight, we have in store for you here on the Full Velocity Racing Network the super late models here at the USA Speedway. Star-studded field, stacked field here for the Southern Dirt All-Star Series in esports style here, brought to you by COR Suspension. Definitely fantastic folks over there as we're wrapping up qualifying here. A star-studded field here, Bud. I got Bud Leiser alongside of me here this evening, and glad to have him a part of this show tonight.
Glad to be here, Todd. Thanks for letting me be a part of the organization here and on some of these races with you.
As we get locked and loaded here for heat race number 1, they're gridding on the main grid here at the USA International Speedway. We'll see who and where everybody is going to start here for the evening. Looks like Christian Hanger, definitely the quick time here of the evening. Starting on the pole here, Christian Hanger in that number 29 machine. His dancing part is outside, driving the number 29 machine, or 07 machine, the Speed Shift machine. Speed Shift TV, that is the 07 of Davin Cardwell. Inside row number 2, that's Adam Armerding aboard the number 42 in Dirty Grass Soul number 3, the Wrangler number 3, that's Kevin Deadman. Inside row number 3, you'll see Jacob Fields. Jacob Fields aboard the Double Knot 7 machine, and Blake Brown aboard that number 74, rolling off position number 6. Rolling off 7th will be Evan Say aboard the car number 33, and Doug Silvernail aboard the number 05, rolling off position number 8. 9 stars sees Trey Mills aboard the number 18 and Logan Rourke aboard the number 24 machine, rolling off position number 10. 11 starter will be Cruz Skinner and Logan Cotels aboard the number 65. Sorry if I slaughtered that name, Logan. Definitely Cotels, maybe in that number 65 machine, rolling off position number 12.
Like you say, Todd, looks like a stout field of late models here tonight at USA Speedway. Actually having just a little bit of technical difficulty myself. I dropped out of iRacing yet again here.
Yeah, we had those problems last night, so we're going to continue on with what we call the Twilight Zone here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Hopefully, we'll let you get locked and loaded here for the Full Velocity Racing Network, and definitely going to have somebody locked and loaded here, and looking to see what's going to happen here in just a little bit. So the car is rolling down the back straightaway at the USA International Speedway. Long, lengthy lap there. They took the white flag lap here under the heat race conditions here. The iRacing.com official pace truck, the Chevy Silverado, going to pull off here. This time around, we'll send heat race number 1 on their way here in just a moment. 8 laps will be the distance here. And you got Hanger and Cardwell. Your front row is waiting for the iRacing.com as it pulls off at a late notice there. Green flag's in the air. The iRacing flag, green flag is out. The 29 of Christian Hager moves down in the, whoa, whale of a push. Here comes Homerding down to the inside. Oh, David Cardwell tries to stick it up into the middle of the speedway. Nothing happening there. Kevin Detman down to the inside in the regular number 3. Side by side, a slide job by Kevin Detman to the race lead. From 4th to the race lead for the number 3. And Homerding goes around in a knot. Oh, carnage off of turn number 4. As green flag stays out there, but a lot of contact going on there. Kevin Detman, your race leader. Second is Christian Hager, and we're going to get our first yellow flag after the ton of contact going on over there in corners off of turn number 4. Adam Homerding in car number 42 gets a little bit sideways. Down to Devin Cardwell, Blake Brown involved. Doug Silvernail goes for a bouncy ride in that 05 machine. They're able to keep it going, but it was enough to bring out our first yellow flag of the evening.
All right, looks like I'm back in business here. I got race cars on my screen now. Let's see if I can assist you just a little bit here, Todd.
All right, that'll be fantastic. Kevin Devin, Kevin Devin, your race leader. You used to see him in the Flying Zero here in the Wrangler number 3 here this evening. The 29 of Christian Hanger on the outside had a whale of a push on the initial start of this one. He drove it down into turn 1 and he just drifted up the track there like he was on ice. And that car number 29, Davin Cardwell, running in that 3rd spot, the 07, the Speed Shift TV, number 07 of Cardwell. Definitely going to be a guy to watch out for, too. Adam Homerding should be moving up into the 4th spot unless something happens there. I know he was involved in some of the contact, the melee that was going off of turn number 4 here to complete lap number 1. So we'll see what Homerding is going to do, see if they're going to keep these guys in line. Look out for Evan Say, too, aboard car number 33. He's been fast here as of late on the Full Velocity Racing Network and definitely always a force to be reckoned with.
All right, caution laps don't appear to be counting here tonight.
And no caution laps counting here in heat race number 1. So we're going to sit at a standstill. These guys are pretty slow here. Looks like lights are going to be extinguished atop the iRacing.com Chevy Silverado pace truck. It looks like it's going to be Christian Hanger and then the 07 machine of Davin Cardwell. Looks like the 3 of Kevin Dadman now going to be back to the 4th spot. So all the pass and all the hard work he did there to get to the race lead, that was extinguished there by that lap.
As you say, the lights have been put out on the Chevrolet Silverado racing pace truck. Pacing them down the back stretch here. Let's see if it takes a dive in. We go green this time by.
Getting ready to go. Green flag racing off of turn number 4. We're at turn number 3 here at the USA International Speedway. Getting ready to light the wick, light the fire off of turn number 4. iRacing.com Chevy Silverado down to the infield. Green flag back in the air. Christian Hanger again assumes the lead down into turn number 1. Here comes the number 42. Already down to the inside. The 07 of Davin Cardwell to the outside. The 007 of Jacob Fields right there knocking on the door.
A little bit farther back in the pack now, we got the 74, Blake Brown running 6th. Evan C. actually just making a couple spots now up to 5th. We got him beating and banging the 3 cars, sliding way back through the field. Not sure what happened there. I missed it. I was trying to keep track of one screen, looking at another screen, but action happening in the back part of the field now, side by side, beating and banging. Blake Brown, Jacob Fields, Trey Mills, Evan Say, Adam Homerding there's now running 3rd side by side with Evan Say.
Evan Say looking pretty good there, getting down to the bottom side here in turn number 1. And the Team VLR number 33 machine just can't get the run that he would like off the bottom of the speedway. There, that forward point there, the extra momentum for the 33 falls back into the clutches of the 097, the D1RT number 007 of Jacob Fields. Fields to the outside there, right there behind Homerding. Homerding just a tick slower than these guys. These guys rustling around, almost making a 3 wide down into turn number 1.
3 wide indeed, coming out of turn number 2. They're still side by side. straightening in line, coming down the backstretch. All your leader, Christian Hanger, out front there. David Cardwell not really putting up much of a fight. He's got himself a couple car length advantage. Like to say, the story's all for third and fourth right now. Side-by-side battle between the 33 of Evan St. and 42 and Adam Hummerding.
Yeah, Hummerding doing a fantastic job on the outside. We got 2 laps remaining already down the back straightaway. Christian Hanger pretty much showing the way in car number 29. Hummerding trying to hold on to the third spot. Evan Say's down to the bottom, side by side for that third spot still. As they come down that front straightaway, they receive the white flag. One more trip around the USA International Speedway.
One more trip around. Evan Say looking deep down to the inside now with a 42. See if he can't make it stick for that position number 3. Really digging down deep on the bottom side of this speedway. Right behind those two is the 007, Jacob Fields and Blake Brown. They're battling it out for 5th and 6th.
Checkered flag going to wave there for Christian Hanger, taking down the victory there in car number 29. Davin Cardwell for 2, Evan Say for 3. So heat race number 1 in the books is hopefully Bud. I think he's getting accustomed to everything again here. Just trying to make sure everything's loading on his end. I know we had the Twilight Zone yesterday, especially with iRacing, and definitely I know we're getting things locked and loaded. But hopefully Bud got everything rolling now. It looks like he's able to see some of the cars. How's that going for you, Bud?
It's working a lot better than it was. That's for sure. I got the team speak all set up. Still having a little trouble with a couple of the other softwares that you gave me here to use, but we're getting a hang of it.
Definitely getting the hang. I want to remind everyone here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, make sure you go out there, like and share our link. Let everyone know that Full Velocity Racing Network is live here on your source for eSport Racing. Also, if you have not head on over to the Full Velocity Racing Network Facebook page, make sure you become a supporter and help us keep those broadcasting rates cheap, and you get some cool little widgets that go along with it here that will be coming available for those who are supporters of the Full Velocity Racing Network. All that for $4.99 a month. Definitely going to be fantastic to throw out some content, maybe some real racing content eventually here. Be working on some of that kind of stuff here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, but definitely go over to the Full Velocity Racing Network Facebook page. Gotta say hello to Team VLR out there. Definitely on their Facebook page too. Appreciate those guys and the admin staff over there. KT King and Stephen Calavoda here adminning this race here this evening once again. But we gotta get it locked and loaded here for heat race number 2, and it's gonna go away like this. Bud, take it away.
Heat race number 2 going away something like this. Devin Morgan in the 112 going to start on your pole. Dylan Hauser in the 2 car going to start on the outside of the front row. The 14 to J.D. Brown. The 25 is Zach McSwain. Share the second row. Third row is Austin Carr and Howard Weaver. Back to the 4th row, Dylan Wilson, Craig Schwartz, Ben Countermarsh, Jackson Hayes, and Lee Rogers. There's your starting field for heat race number 2.
Called for 11 cars, all 11 cars out there on the Speedway. Again, thank you for tuning in to the Full Velocity Racing Network. Getting ready to go racing here with heat race number 2. It's going to be Moran and Hauser, your front row. Dylan Hauser, fresh off a win last night in the iRacing iFlag number 2 machine. See if we can back that up here. The 14 machine of J.D. Brown in that third spot. We'll see what J.D. Brown has here as we get ready to light the wick, light the fire off at turn number 4. Green flags in the air. Devin Moran uses the side of his car just a tad bit to get up into Dylan Hauser as he fires. Hauser now drops back to the second spot. Here comes J.D. Brown down to the inside. Oh, more contact back there. Looks like Cootermarsh may be involved in that one. Not sure if that was Jackson Ice. Cootermarsh might have been Lee Rogers. Going to have to take a look-see to see what caused there. I think Dylan Wilson going around in a knot there in the ADD machine. No, that can't be very happy. The number 12 getting into the side. That's Ben Cootermarsh getting into the side of the D1RT number 80D of Dylan Wilson. He goes around and going to be tail end Charlie here for the 80D.
Back to the back of the pack he goes for spinning around.
Doing a whoopsie.
We can't see if we get him restacked, repacked, ready to rock and roll here for heat race number 2. We've got 1 lap. We didn't even get 1 lap in the books, did we?
No, didn't even get 1 lap in the books. So we're going to be original restart with the exception of the number 80 of Dylan Wilson. So, no 1 lap in the books. So we'll see what's going to happen here as we get locked and loaded. Lights still on the top of the iRacing.com Chevy Silverado.
Yeah, one thing I'm learning with all this, Todd, is each track the cameras are just a little bit different where they show how they zoom in and whatnot. So I'm just getting used to all that still.
love to give you our cameras here from Full Velocity Race Network. We'll have to set you up there. We have some great cameras here that get shown on the broadcast. Have not got the way to give them to you yet, so we'll make sure we get them to you here rather soon, so that way you can see the different camera angles that we have. It makes it a little bit easier too. So we're trying to make your job easier. We'll get there.
I appreciate it. Hey, it's a learning curve for me. A lot of fun. I appreciate everything you've done so far. That's for sure.
Yeah, I see Jared Dix out there, Mark Stark out there, Antonio Hervin out there in Facebook Live in the chat box. I see them out there. Got to give a big hello to them. Alan Barber out there said he paid and registered. Just get a hold of Team VLR, Alan, and figure out what's going on with that. Dalton Thrasher out there talking about the Wrangler car here in heat race number 1. Sorry, guys, a little bit behind the 8 ball here, but definitely make sure you're going out there sharing, letting everybody know we're live here. Bud Leisure and Todd Stanton on the call here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. A great super late model race in store for us here. We're on heat race number 2. First yellow flag came out though before we completed lap number 1. We'll see what's going to happen here. Look at the sunshine on that 112 machine. Man, it looks fantastic out there as the sun continues to go down here. The 112 and Dylan Hauser setting the pace. We'll see that iRacing I flag, green flag come out off of turn number 4. Green flag back in the air.
Green flags out, hammers down. We got one slamming into the front stretch wall there coming off of turn number 4. But it's all the 112 with Devin Morgan out front with the 2 car. Dylan Hauser sliding right up the speedway. 14 of J.D. Brown 3-wheeling it now around the corners. He's got some extra side bite going on in that late model tonight. Lifting that left front tire, leaving the left front at home, trying to make some bacon up through the pack as we speak. Devin Morgan going to lead lap number 2. Bringing around turn 2, 112. Devin Morgan in the 2 car. Dylan Hauser, Zach McSwain there in the 25 car with the J.D. Brown number 14 looking to the inside for position number 3. Right behind them, racing around the speedway, is going to be Howard Weaver in that 7 car. He's looking to the inside now of the 14 to J.D. Brown, takes position number 4 away from him. Still Devin Morgan out front, 3 laps in.
Yeah, 3 laps in here. We're going to come up on halfway home this time around as we come off of turn number 4. 4 in, 4 to go at the USA International Speedway, the dirt version here in Lakeland, Florida. That 112 of Devin Morgan. Right now, your race leader second. Good battle going on between Dylan Hauser and Zach McSwain in car number 25. McSwain looked a couple different times down to the bottom there of the 2 of Dylan Hauser. Hauser able to slam the door shut on McSwain. Howard Weaver running in that 4th spot with J.D. Brown knocking on the door in 5th.
This time by the flag stand is going to be 6 laps in, 2 to go. Devin Morgan out front, showing him the fastest way around the speedway. Dylan Hauser all over his back bumper, trying to figure something out to get around him for that position number 1 here in heat race number 2. We got them side by side, positions 5 and 6 back there. Looks like J.D. Brown and Austin Carr duking it out side by side. Austin Carr taking position number 5 away from the quarter of the scoring that time by.
Yeah, Austin Carr doing a fantastic job down the back straightaway in car number 1 as he gets inside the top 5. But we're going to see the white flag come out here off of turn number 4 for Devin Morgan. And that 112 machine is doing a fantastic job, Team VLR. And then you got Dylan Hauser running in that 2nd spot. Zach McSwain running 3rd, pretty much decided here so far. About 5 car length advantage as we come down the back straightaway for the final time off into turn number 3. Devin Morgan aboard number 112 in Team VLR sponsor machine. Coming off of turn number 4, we'll take down heat race number 2 in car number 112. Dylan Hauser for 2, Zach McSwain for 3, Howard Weaver for 4, and running out your top 5, Austin Carr in car number 1.
There they are, heat race number 2 in the books. Heat race number 3 on tap next.
All right, heat race number 3 getting ready to come to post. I'll give it right back to Bud. As long as he's ready, he's got that piece of paper in front of him. Bud, take it away here for heat race number 3.
All right, heat race number 3 going to go something like this. Blake Majulis in that 127 car going to start on the pole, followed by the 15 car Mason Crawford on the outside. Starting 3rd, the 44 Blake Cannon. Going away in the 4th position is going to be Grant Riles in his 16 machine. Starting 5th is going to be the 7 car Hayden Cardwell. Austin Harnick in the 17 machine going to go away 6th. The 21 of Richard Martigue, excuse me if I butcher your name, in 7th. Starting 8th is going to be Mason Clark in the 23 car, the 14 of Trent Beaver going to go away 9th. Ryan Cole Wilson in the 4-car going to start 10th. And Lindsey Armistead going to go away 11th. Called for 11. I believe we've got all 11 cars out there. Let's see how they stack up, pack up, and go here in heat number 3.
I know you're having a little bit of trouble there with car number 33 out there. That is Richard Murtaugh Jr. Richard Murtaugh Jr. They're up in the Fulton area there, but guys up there all the time up in the Fulton area. So Richard Murtaugh Jr. out there in car number 3321 on the screen. So just give you a little insight on it. So another New York driver there besides Blake Majules out there. And I'm trying to find to see if there's any other in this field. I think 2 New York drivers here in heat race number 3.
Yeah, now that you say the name Murtaugh, that makes sense. Just looking at it, I couldn't quite get her butchered out there. New York drivers, glad they're representing here.
Yeah, definitely struggle with some of the names here, especially when you can't get those enunciations rather quickly here. And that's where we struggle sometimes on the Full Velocity Race Network. Go on the fly. And you know what? They let us know afterwards there. But if we make their name wrong, we don't have the fans in the stands coming up to the announcer's booth and saying, hey, that's not his name. That's not his name.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they do with the real track. That's for sure. They'll come up and say, hey, you're saying that wrong. Well, I'm sorry. How do I say it? But, I mean, I've got one of those last names, too. I don't know how many announcers over the years has butchered my last name.
Oh, yes. Leisure.
Yeah, Leisure,
I've heard it.
Leisure.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I've definitely heard
Absolutely.
it. I don't have one of those names, thankfully. Mine's pretty easy.
Looks like the lights have been extinguished on the iRacing.com Chevrolet Silverado pace truck. Let's see if we can take them green this time by coming off of turn number 4.
Yeah, waiting here is Blake Majules and Mason Crawford. iRacing on flag. Green flag out. We're racing down the front straightaway. Blake Majules leads the charge into turn number 1. Here comes Blake Cannon in that car number 44. Oh, we got contact and he's upside down and he's going for a ride. The number 44 of Blake Cannon, the 16 of Grant Riles, and the 15 of Mason Crawford, all involved in that. And Crawford, I don't think, is very happy with the 44. He let him know there, driving down to the side. Maybe he's just trying to get his wheel reattached there on board car number 15. But Crawford and the 44, we'll get to a BladeNode.com instant replay here in just a second to show everybody once again what happened. Kind of looks like the 44 of Blake Cannon just came up the track there. I don't think he just kind of slid up in the track there. Maybe thought he was clear, had to back out of the binders a little bit. The 15 of Mason Crawford plows him there, not too hard. It's just the hitbox there between the 44 and the 15 machine. The 16 of Grant Riles also involved. He was an unfortunate bystander to that one. As these guys get locked and loaded. See, I know Blake Cannon coming down. He was coming down. I'm not sure where they're going to call that. If they call that a racing deal.
Well, there you have it, folks. Let's see where the iRacing officials here tell us where everybody's going to be. Get them lined up, get them restacked and packed, and turn them loose. See if we can't get past lap number 1 here in heat race number 3.
Again, we're going to have an original restart with the exception of those 3 drivers that were involved in that one. As they're getting everybody lined back up. Was scheduled to have a $200 race winner purse. I believe it's still going to be $200, but everything else behind it going to be a little bit adjusted here. Did not hit the 62 car mark for that, so I believe things get adjusted behind the purse. Not in charge of that, thankfully. I don't think I ever want to be in charge of the purses. At any racetrack or any simulation for that matter, just kind of want to be involved in it. That's like a thankless job, trying to come up with purses, man, and try to make everybody happy.
Oh man, I wouldn't want to be a racetrack promoter. I really wouldn't. They are. That's a thankless job. You know, they're the reason that we're there. We can do all of that. They put in the work to get all the sponsors and figure out all those payouts and then they get a class, you know, a night where they've only got a few cars, they still got to pay that same purse. And yeah, I wouldn't want to be that. iRacing.com, Chevrolet Silverado back in the pits. Hammers are down. Blake Majules out there to the early advantage with Mason Crawford right there on his tail bumper. We got the 44 of Blake Cannon there now trying to get around the Mason Crawford number 15 there in position number 3. 3 wide for 4th, 5th, and 6th. And I am saying the wrong names. Hayden Cardwell's in second. Blake Majulis now bringing him off of turn number 2, bringing him down the back stretch with Hayden Cardwell right there on his back bumper. Top 3 cars to throw a blanket under. We got a yellow flag out on the speedway.
Yeah, yellow flag going to fly here once again over heat race number 3. See who was involved in that one. It looks like Hernick is involved there in car number 17. Checked up, the number 9 cleans his clutch a little bit. That's Lindsey Armstead getting into the back of the number 17 machine. Really no place to go. 17 had to check up. Around in and out goes that machine. And he's going to join the tail end of the field. That's Austin Hernick aboard car number 17. We're going to reset the field here on lap number 6. Or lap number 2. 6 laps to remain.
Running order as she goes right now. Blake Majulis, 127 car leading the field. 7 car Hayden Cardwell running second. Richard Murtaugh in the, you said the 33, shows 21 on my screen. Mason Clark in the 23, fourth. Trent Beaver running 5th. Mason Crawford. Oh, there goes my scoring screen. Juggling through. Mason Crawford 7th. Lindsey Armstead up to 8th. Looks like race control is getting all the drivers settled in where they're supposed to be. Getting all the scoring figured out.
Yeah, everything getting locked and loaded here with the scoring and making sure they are in the correct positions here. And heat race number 3, got to give a big shout out to everyone out there watching, whether you're on Full Velocity Racing Network, whether you're on Team VLR's Facebook page. You could be on our YouTube page. We do have YouTube up and available here, Full Velocity Racing Network YouTube. Also our Twitch. That over at Twitch and Full Velocity Racing Network also. Just look for those tags out there and let us know there. The high quality streams actually come from YouTube. Facebook's still working on it. I believe you can get the 1080p down there for some viewers out there. So we'll see what's going to happen here as we get ready. These guys really slow down that back straightaway.
Looks like a single file restart going to be happening this time. iRacing.com Chevrolet Silverado pace truck lights are out. Possibly going to go green. Coming off of turn 4 here at USA International Speedway. Covered in dirt. Blake Majulis hard on the loud pedal there, diving down deep off of turn number 4, jumping him off down into turn number 1. Richard Murtaugh right there on his back bumper. Blake Majulis, though, definitely showing the fastest way around the speedway here in heat race number 3. Top side for a couple of corners, down to the bottom side for a couple more corners. Richard Murtaugh trying to find a little bit of extra something on the bottom of the speedway. See if he can catch up to Blake Majulis there in position number 1. This time by the flag stand, lap number 5. 4 goes on the books. Down the back stretch. Murtaugh, Majulis and Murtaugh. Majulis definitely has about a 4-car length. And then back to Murtaugh, who's got another 4-car length over Mason Clark, who's running in 3rd position. Go back a couple more spots there. We've got Trent Beaver running 4th. Mason Crawford 5th. Got a bunch of cars jumbled up, top side, bottom side, trying to get a little bit of extra position to get into this feature here tonight. And I have to run the last chance qualifier we got coming up after this heat race.
Yeah, 3 making it on. I believe it's 3 making it on here to the 8 here from this competition. That's again. That changes out there is Hayden Cardwell, not sure what happened to Hayden. He's back to the 11th spot there, so not sure. Car number 7 is Tim Hurd out there asking what happened to Hayden. As Blake Majulis, your race leader, diving it off into turns 3 and 4. Going to see that white flag with Richard Murtaugh Jr. running in that 2nd spot in car number 33. Both New York drivers, he's trying to track him down with the white flag up in the air. One more trip around here for heat race number 3.
Murtaugh, a little bit of tippy-tap into turn number 1 there with the right rear quarter panel, trying to get a little bit of extra diving real deep into the corners. I don't think he's got anything for our leader, Blake Majulis, as he brings it around turn number 4, coming down his front straightaway. Heat race number 3, going to go to Blake Majulis, followed by Richard Murtaugh, Mason Clark, Trent Beaver, Blake Cannon, Mason Crawford, Grant Riles, Austin Harnick, Lindsey Armstead, Ryan Cole Wilson, and Hayden Cardwell rounding out your 11-car field.
As heat race number 3 in the books, getting ready for the consolation event. And it's going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the double knot 7 machine. That will be Jacob Fields and his dancing partner to the outside, driving the number 014. That will be Trent Beaver. Inside row number 2 will be Craig Schwartz aboard car number 02, and Trey Mills aboard the number 18 machine, rolling off position number 4. Fifth starter sees Grant Riles aboard car number 16, and Dylan Wilson aboard the 80T, rolling off position number 6. Rolling off 7th will be the 05 of Doug Silvernail, and Lindsey Armstead aboard the number 9, rolling off position number 8. Ninth starter sees Ben Kudermarsh aboard the car number 12, and Logan Cotel is aboard the number 65, rolling off position number 10. 11th and final starter here in Consolation Event number 1 is Hayden Cardwell aboard car number 7. Called for 11 cars. We have 11 cars out there. 12 laps will be the distance.
11 cars, 12 laps, last chance to get in. Oh, looks like we've got a B main and a C main scheduled up here. So we're going to have 2 last chance qualifiers. Looks like a couple are going to get into the feature. iRacing.com Chevrolet Silverado pacing the field here for C main tonight at USA International Speedway.
How many did you say that we're going to make it out of this one, bud?
According to what I'm seeing, it looks like 7, but I don't believe that.
I think so, because we had 3 out of each heat race. That'll be 6,
Okay,
9,
yep.
and then 7 will be 16, and another 7 or 8 will be 24 cars. So I truly believe that's probably what we're going to lock down to, and have our 24 car starting field. As these guys get windowed down here. The white flag coming out here before we go green flag racing here with the C main consolation event number 1.
Nice easy pace being made by the Chevrolet Silverado iRacing.com pace truck. Big 3/4 of a mile speedway here in Lakeland, Florida. They pour some dirt on it for us a few times a year to play around with our dirt cars. Pacing them nice and easy down the back stretch. Lights are out. See if we can go green this time by. Jacob Fields, Trent Beaver, your front row. Pace truck is in. Hammers are down. Green flag is out. 007. Jacob Fields out to the early advantage. Jumps out to a solid 3-4, maybe even a 5-car length advantage. The 0-2 of Craig Schwartz way down to the bottom of the speedway, taking over position number 2 from Trent Beaver in that powerful number 2 machine. They are side by side going down this backstretch right now. Down into turn number 3, coming out of 4. Let's see who comes out of that smelling like a rose from position number 2. Again, the top 7 for this new advance into our feature tonight. Jake Fields leads him down into turn number 1 with Craig Schwartz right there on his into turn, position number 2. Grant Riles right there on the back bumper of Craig Schwartz, who takes over position number 2 from Craig Schwartz. Dylan Wilson now in the 80 car. They're jostling back and forth back there, position 3, 4, and 5 between Trent Beaver, Dylan Wilson, and Trey Mills. The battle now is for second between Grant Riles and Craig Schwartz. Side by side through the corners, nose to tail down the stretches. One to the top side, one to the bottom side. Looks like Grant Riles has found himself a little bit more gription on the speedway. He seems to be pulling away from Craig Schwartz now. Behind Schwartz, we got Dylan Wilson in the 80 car trying to hold off the 14, Trent Beaver, and Trey Mills in the 18, Hayden Cardwell. Those are your transfer spot 7 cars. Jacob Fields out front now, though. He is really stepping out to an advantage here in this last chance qualifier number 1. Schwartz in the 2 car, making a slide job past Grant Riles in the 14 car, the 16 car, who takes it back down to the inside, tried for another slide job, turn number 1, slides it out past him. Schwartz says, no thanks, I'll get back down to the bottom side, I'll keep my spot here in position number 2.
And Craig Schwartz doing a fantastic job right now, running in that second spot Third is Grant Riles. Here comes the 80 of Dylan Wilson. Look out for Wilson. Wilson's normally fast at any track we go to here, especially in these money races. We see him off towards the front of the field here right now, battling it out with his teammate, D1RT, the number 16 of Grant Riles. They come down that back straightaway. Jacob Fields, also a member of D1RT Racing too. These guys do a fantastic job, but I know we're trying to get you accustomed to it. But always look for the cars that say D1RT. If you're in a race, you know that these guys mean business. A fantastic team. Those guys well-rounded there. The O2 of Craig Schwartz running in that second spot. Third is now Dylan Wilson. Grant Riles running in that fourth spot. Trent Beaver running in the fifth spot. Hayden Cardwell now up to sixth. He got a little bit more breathing room. He dives down to the bottom. He's looking for the sixth spot or fifth spot away from Trent Beaver. Look at Hayden Cardwell go from 11th now to the sixth spot.
Hayden Cardwell definitely making bacon so far for this here C main. But the story right now is Jacob Fields out front, who's out to a commanding lead over Craig Schwartz in that 2 car, who's trying to reel him in. He stepped out a little bit over Dylan Wilson in that 80 car. Grant Riles in the 4 car now, or excuse me, the 16 car, position number 4. Going back to get any side-by-side action right now, we've got Trent Beaver and Hayden Cardwell battling out for positions 5 and 6. Here on lap number 8. Twin 6 in the air. That means 2 more circuits around this big 3/4 mile speedway here in Lakeland, Florida. And as you said, Dylan Wilson really digging deep, trying to find some extra motion in the track and get around Craig Schwartz in that 2 car. Grant Riles back there in the 16 car running 4th. Who's got the 7 car, Hayden Cardwell, right there knocking on his back door, saying, let's go, come on, let me around. This is it. White flag in the air for your leader, Jacob Fields in the 007 machine. Dylan Wilson diving down the bottom in the 80 car, looking to the inside of the 2 car, Craig Schwartz for position number 2. Hayden Cardwell again down to the bottom side. But it's all Jake Fields into 3, coming out of 4, down the front stretch. Your winner here in C main, last chance qualifier number 1 is going to be Jake Fields. Followed by Craig Schwartz, Dylan Wilson, Grant Riles sneaks in for 4th. Hayden Cardwell, for 4th. Grant Riles 5th. Trent Beaver 6th. Trey Mills 7th, Doug Silvernail 8th, Ben Countermarsh 9th, Lindsey Armstead 10th, and Logan. There goes my screen.
Consolation event.
Number 2 going to go away something like this. Our B main tonight going to start with the 1 car of Austin Carr on the pole. To his outside, Blake Brown in the 74 machine. Starting on row number 2 on the inside, the 15, Mason Crawford. On the outside of Mason is J.D. Brown in the 14. Logan Rourke is starting 5th in the 24 machine. Austin Harnick in the 17 going to go away 6th. The 388 of Jackson Hayes going to go away 7th. The 000 of Kevin Dedman starting 4th. Ryan Cole Wilson in the 4 car going to go away 9th. Lee Rogers in the 84 car going to go away 10th. And Cruz Skinner in the 11 car going to start 11th. Called for 11 cars. I'm only seeing 10 out there at the moment. Cruz Skinner not appearing to make the call, at least not according to my screens here.
I don't see Cruz Skinner out there either, but as he's not into the call, so only 10 cars making the call here for Constellation event number 2, the LCQ number 2, the USA International Speedway here in Lakeland, Florida. Definitely a good race here so far. It's been a very action-packed race, a very big star-studded field here. And I'm seeing a lot of guys in Constellation events that should not belong in Constellation events. Austin Carr's won many races. You got Blake Brown. He's done a fantastic job. Mason Crawford, I've seen him win races. J.D. Brown. I mean, all these guys. Kevin Dedman starting 8th. I mean, he's one of the races that we broadcasted to. He's our singer here for the national anthem from Dirty Grass Soul. So those guys all making some calls here. Definitely all fast cars here. But USA International, definitely a different beast too. It's something different to handle. I know going down in turn number 1, you really have to hit that wheel sharp. and it's really not that easy of a job to try to get through these corners. Long sweep of corners attached by 2 drag strips is what I would call it.
Absolutely. Like I say, it's a 3/4 of a mile long oval track. That's a big track with long straightaways and not very long corners. I've turned a few laps here in the simulation, and it's definitely tough to get a hold of, to get your timing right, to get through the corners right after carrying so much speed down the straightaway. iRacing.com Chevrolet Silverado in the pits. Green flag is out. Austin Carr out to the advantage with Blake Brown right there on the outside. We've got Mason Crawford diving way down to the inside. Thought he was going to try to sneak into the pits there. See if he can slide up to position number 2, running the bottom side. He's just about making it happen now. Austin Carr out front, Blake Brown second, Mason Crawford third, J.D. Brown running fourth, Logan Rourke so far in fifth. We got them side by side, stacked back through the corners. All jostling for position. Yellow flag, yellow out on the speedway. You see the 3-car, that Wrangler 3-car doing some funky footwork there on the straightaway.
Taking a quick view of the number 3 car, and he was made contact there with a 388 machine. Jackson Ice aboard the 388. Definitely not of his doing there for Kevin Dedman. He's minding his own business, trying to get around the car as he makes a mistake. That 388 does, goes up the track, gets a tad bit loose there. The 3, Kevin Dedman goes down there to 17, kind of tail swipes the 388. 388 goes down to the 3 of Kevin Dedman, and around in the knot he goes on the front straightaway.
Yeah, let's see if we can't get them restacked, repacked, get a couple more laps in here for this B main. Top 7 will transfer on to tonight's 200 to win feature event. Going to go 40 laps here at the big 3/4 mile USA International Speedway. Should be a real good show with this caliber of drivers and these cars on this speedway tonight. Looking down in the corners here, see they're starting to take a little rubber, or she's getting a little slickish down on the bottom side of the speedway. The track's starting to transform already.
Definitely, Bud, looking at some different camera angles here through everything is the number 14 of J.D. Brown right now running in the 4th spot. So we're taking a look at him just as he's making it through the field here. And it's Blake Brown.
Got to give a quick shout out to Lexi Torkelson and Trevor Grant watching on my Facebook. Hi guys, how's it going? Hope you're enjoying the show. Looks like the lights are out on the iRacing.com Chevrolet Silverado pace truck, giving them pacing down the back stretch. Austin Carr, Blake Brown, your leaders. Excuse me, Austin Carr, Mason Crawford, your leaders. Turn number 3, turn number 4. Pace truck is in. Green flags back out. Hammers are back down. Austin Carr stepping off the advantage, sliding up in front of the 15 of Mason Crawford. Diving down to the bottom of the speedway. Looks to be the 74 of Blake Brown. Diving way down, sucking on the hub while everybody else is way up on the top shelf running the berm. Austin Carr going to be your leader this time by, but Blake Brown really starting to reel him in there on the bottom side, finding some extra gription in that powerful 74 machine. Dives way down, cuts across the bottom of pit road there. Must be some moisture right down there at the bottom of the speedway that he's finding, along with a couple other cars that's back there behind him. But so far, Austin Carr out front. Diving way down to the bottom of the speedway goes Mason Crawford, trying for the slide job. Didn't quite make it stick. Austin Carr gaining some more advantage now over the second place car, Blake Brown. Mason Crawford running third, J.D. Brown in fourth. Logan Rourke, 24 car in fifth. Austin Herrick in the 17 car running sixth. But it's all Austin Carr out front. Mason Crawford right there running second. That 74, Blake Brown loves to dive down to the bottom of that Speedway. Must be he's got his car set up just right for there. Not sure how well it's working though. Seems to be that Mason Crawford and Austin Carr are pulling away from him. And it looks like J.D. Brown now on the top side of the Speedway, making his way around the 74, Blake Brown for position number 3.
J.D. Brown doing a fantastic job. He's working the outside of the Speedway. Oh, he pounds the wall just a tad bit up there. The concrete barrier in that number 14. So J.D. Brown able to hold on to that 3rd spot. 4th is Blake Brown. Brown back down to the inside side by side for the 3rd spot. As Blake Brown trying to do everything he can, working the bottom of the Speedway. It looks like the grip though up top. It's a little rough for car number 14 of J.D. Brown. He gets a little bit sideways. They come down into turn number 1.
Seven laps in, it's still Austin Carr, but he's got Mason Crawford really knocking on that back door, looking down to the bottom. He's really grinding down low, trying to find something extra to get this B-main win away from Austin Carr. Diving way down to the bottom of the inside of the Speedway now again is Blake Brown looking at the inside of J.D. Brown for position number 3. A little bit farther back in the pack, Kevin Dedman's made his way back up to 5th position in that 3 car. But the battle as it stands is between Blake Brown and J.D. Brown in the 74 and 14 car for positions 3 and 4.
Yeah, that iRacing I flag number 74 of Brown, Blake Brown doing a fantastic job trying to stick to the bottom, stick to his guns. But J.D. Brown's going to finally capitalize on the outside in car number 14. We're going to see those popsicle sticks up in the air, 2 more trips around. Still a great battle going on there for 4th and 5th.
This time by, we got a little bit of contact back here between the 1 car of Austin Carr and the 15 of Mason Crawford. Crawford's giving a little love tap, saying, hey man, I'm here. I want this win. It's a B-main and I want it. Side by side, they come down the front stretch. 1 car has it by the flag stand. Last lap, white flag in the air. Side by side battle for the lead. Side by side battle for 3 and 4. Crawford, Carr, shifting back and forth, trying to decide who's going to come out on top. Going to the bottom side goes Crawford. Carr shuts the door, slides way high. Coming down the flag stand is going to be Austin Carr over Mason Crawford, J.D. Brown, Blake Brown, Kevin Dedman, Logan Rourke, Austin Harnick. There's your top 7 going to make it into tonight's feature. The rest of the field, Ryan Cole Wilson, Lee Rogers, Jackson Hayes, and Cruz Skinner, who didn't make our field tonight.
Yeah, tough break for some of those drivers not making the field here, the A-main feature. So definitely going to see what's going to happen here as we get ready, locked and loaded. Looks like we're going to have a quick warm-up session, let these guys make some final tests and tunes on their setups. But we're going to send things down trackside for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? And of the brave.
And welcome back to Full Velocity Racing Network. Thank you to Kevin Dedman and Dirty Grass Soul for the playing of our national anthem here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Guess what time it is? We're ready to go. A main feature racing time here at Lakeland, USA, Lakeland, Florida here with the super late model division here. It's going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 29, he won heat race number 1. That is Christian Hanger in heat race number 2. Winner Devin Morgan in car number 112, rolling off position number 2.
Position number 3 is going to go away. Blake Majulis in the 127 car. Position number 4, Davin Cardwell in the 75.
Inside row number 3 will be Dylan Hauser aboard the iRacing iFlag number 2 machine, and Richard Murtaugh Jr. going to roll off in car number 33 in position number 6.
Evan Say in the 33 car going to go away 7th. Zach McSwain in the 25 going to go away 8th.
Inside row number 5 will be Mason Clark. Mason Clark aboard car number 14, and his name's a part of the outside, driving the number 42. That's Adam Homerding.
Howard Weaver's going to start in 11th position, and Blake Cannon in the 44 car going to go away 12th.
Rolling off inside row number 7, that's the double knot 7. That is Jacob Fields and Austin Carr. And car number 1, they all team D1RT, row number 7.
Row number 8 belongs to the 02 of Craig Schwartz and the 15 of Mason Crawford.
Inside row number 9, you'll see the 80T. That is Dylan Wilson and J.D. Brown aboard car number 14, rolling off position number 18.
Starting inside of the next row, Hayden Cardwell in the 7 car, and then Blake Brown in the 74, going to go away in the 20th position.
Inside row number 11, that is Grant Riles aboard car number 16, and Kevin Dedman, the Wrangler number 3, rolling off position 22.
Trent Bieber's going to start in 23rd. Logan Rourke in his 24 car going to start 24th.
And your last row, row number 13, car number 18, bringing up 25th position in Trey Mills, and Austin Harnick aboard car number 17, rolling off in 26th.
Kyle for 26. We don't quite have 26 out there. I'm seeing 2019 out there.
Have all 26 out there, but I don't know, maybe it's just a missing on the stream. We'll have to work on that one too. As the green flag comes out, we're racing down the front straight. Christian Hanger right now has the race lead, but not for long. Here comes that 127 of Blake Majulis, the 112 right there too. Nevin Morgan trying to make it 3 wide. Here comes the number 2 machine. Down to the inside, that is Dylan Hauser, 3 wide for the second spot.
3 wide indeed. They're going to make it 3 wide for the lead here. So far, leading lap number 1 is going to be Christian Hanger, Devin Morgan, Blake Majulis. Blake Majulis, is going to be your leader. Dylan Hauser, then Christian Hanger running 3rd. 3 wide for 3rd is the 29 of Christian Hanger, Devin Morgan, and Evan Say. But so far, Blake Majulis, your leader out front with that Dylan Hauser number 2 machine. Knocking for position number 1.
Yeah, Dylan Hauser knocking at the door. He looks to the inside of the 127 machine. The Swindell Speed Lab number 127 of Blake Majulis off of turn number 2. They enter the back straightaway. He pulls up alongside of him. See if he can get the advantage down to the turn number 3. Slider, maybe not. I thought he was going to pull that slider. Dylan Hauser still holding on to the second spot here. But it's going to be a drag race. Let's see if we can make it to the top spot. Nope. Give it to Blake Majulis. That's top by.
Well, I tell you, it's going to be one heck of a race here, side by side, down into the corners they go. Out of turn number 2, the 2 car. See if he's going to come out on top, smelling like a rose. Not real sure. The 33 keeps peeking. He keeps peeking down there to the inside as well, but looks like the 2 car, Dylan Hauser, going to take away position number 1 from the 127 of Blake Majulis here on lap number 4.
Yeah, Richard Martin. Go ahead.
Seeing 33 diving down to the inside, getting around Blake Majulis for position number 2. See if he can make it around Dylan Hauser for the lead as the yellow flag comes out on a Speedway here on lap number 5.
Yeah, yellow, the first yellow flag of the evening, and I believe that was going to be Craig Schwartz involved in this one. And car number 02, we're going to go back to the instant replay. Yes, indeed it was. Car number 02 of Schwartz. as he disappears and reappears. So he's on the front straightaway, he blinks out, and I believe what happens is he's going to reappear here. He does reappear, and he's already upside down. So a little bit of connection woes for the 0-2 of Craig Swartz. He's going to join the tail of the field, but a lot of damage to the underneath of that car.
And the good old twitch, the good old iRacing disappear, reappear in another position. Fun times if you're a racer.
Yeah, that's one thing that we don't see at the local dirt tracks is that that disappearing act and then coming back in front of the other car. I don't know what I would ever think if some car disintegrated in front of me and then reappeared back to the inside of me or something, man. I don't know what would go through my head if I was out there racing, whether I'm racing and then it just all of a sudden goes that way, man. That would be completely disturbing. Yeah. I think I'd go crazy.
Helmet up.
The craziness.
Yeah, the trailer, hang the helmet up, put a for sale sign on it because I think you lost your mind.
Yeah, definitely got to think about some of the stuff that goes out here. Want to thank everyone for tuning into the Full Velocity Racing Network, and what a star-studded field we have here at USA International Speedway. Here is these guys under the first yellow flag. We've completed 5 laps, no yellow flag laps counting here this evening. It's been a fantastic show here so far. We've had some pretty good heat races. I think we're going to have a fantastic feature here. We're already seeing 2, 3 wide. I've seen 4 wide in the back of the pack. These guys try to make their way through the field.
Oh, I tell you, if the first 5 laps of this show here are going to tell us how the next 35 are going to go, we're in for a treat. We are definitely going to be in for a treat. The iRacing.com Chevrolet Silverado pace truck lights are out as they bring them down the back stretch here at USA International Speedway in Lakeland, Florida.
They're coming down, like I said, they're getting ready to come down here. They're into turn number 3. They're diving off into turn number 3. You're going to see Dylan Hauser in the iRacing flag number 2 machine. The Swindell Speed Labs number 127 of Blake Majules, the 33 of Evan C. Then you also have the 29 of Christian Hanger. Those are your top 4. Green flag coming back out. We're racing loud pedal down. Dylan Hauser leading them down here into turn number 1. Blake Majules right there in that second spot here. Cut the 33 of Evan C. Down to the inside, side by side for that second spot coming off of turn number 2. Evan C down to the inside, the 127 on the outside, but the 127 of Blake Majules now drop kicking back to that 3rd spot.
It's all Dylan Hauser out front, that powerful 2 machine, a 33 of Evan Saint, sucking the hub down on the inside for position number 2. Steals that away from Blake Majulis. He's got his sights set on our leader right now, Dylan Hauser. The 33, Evan Say, really starting to put on a little bit of a show here. Let's see if we can get some green flag laps in this time. Blake Majulis there, throwing it real hard into turn number 3, trying to run the top side with the 112 car, Devin Morgan right there for position number 4. We got him down on the bottom of the speedway, 3 wide there. Dave Cardwell, Zach McSwain in the 75 and the 112 for positions 4 and 5. Still, now back to the front. Evan C. and Dylan Hauser battling out for the lead. C on the bottom, Hauser on the top. Both cars making it down the front straightaway. Segan lead that lap, taking him down into turn number 1, bottom side of the speedway. The 2 car on the top side of the speedway. Blake Majulis now moving down the bottom side of the speedway, seeing if he can make something happen to get by the 2 car. Dylan Hauser for position number 2. Hauser now looking to the inside, tapping on the back bumper of C for the lead. A little bit farther back in the back, we got Blake Majulis, David Cardwell, Christian Hanger. There's your top 7 as they run right now.
The outside the speedway seems to have gone away just a little bit. They're all down on the bottom side of the speedway here at the USA International Speedway. As these guys come off of turn number 4, Devin Morgan on the outside though, in car number 112, trying to find something just a tad bit different, maybe to track down to top 3. But Evan Say trying to just drive away from the field. Zach McSwain running in that 5th spot, 3 wide back here, and that's for a battle for the 5th, 6th, 7th spot. Look at Blake Kennan down the back straightaway in that car number 44, the Swindell Speed Labs number 44, on the outside, ripping the lip up on the top shelf of the speedway. Blake Kennan found something up there, and he's going to propel himself almost all the way up to that 5th spot.
Wow, what a battle that is for 4th, 5th, and 6th right there. That's absolutely the best battle on the speedway right now, but the story is Evan Say out front, trying to check out from Dylan Hauser. Like USA back a little bit farther in the pack, though. We've got Blake Cannon, Zach McSwain battling it out for positions 4, 5, and 6. Back a little bit farther in the pack. We got them just about 4 wide through the corner now. Turn number 2.
Man, that's go time back there, but those guys really making some interesting moves back there. Even the number 7 of Aiden Cardwell, he is down to the inside there on the bottom. It's the double knot 7. That is Jacob Fields now driving it down here into turn number 1. So Fields trying to take advantage over there, and now Zach McSwain has relinquished the 5th spot there to Blake Cannon. So it's Blake Cannon, Zach McSwain, David Cardwell, the Speed Shift ED number 07 machine. Here comes the ADT, the D1RT number 80D. That is Dylan Wilson. He's down to the bottom too. Looks like Hayden having a little bit of an issue there. And car number 7 right now currently running in the 11th spot, just having a hard time trying to get up through these guys. Is Hayden Cardwell definitely fastest yellow flag going to come out?
Evan Say was out to a 1.2 second lead over Dylan Hauser there on that green flag run. We're 15 laps in of 40. We'll get him restacked, repacked. What's the reason for the caution here, Todd?
That number 17 machine, the 17 of Austin Hendrick, just kind of got bottlenecked up there. Austin Carr, nowhere to go in car number 1, and then we had some more violence on the front straightaway between a couple different cars as just exchanging blows, but the number 17, the initial cause of that one there. Harnick around there, stopped on the infield. We'll see what happens, where everybody's going to fall. Like I said, Austin Carr really had nowhere to go as he checked out.
Yeah, sounds like one of those what we call maybe a racing field.
Yeah, I would think so. It's just one of those checkup deals. You really can't blame anybody. You can go to the old adage, you blame, you're responsible for the car in front of you. That was an old adage that we used in NASCAR 2003 days. I don't know if you can call that here, because you've got a lot of hitboxes and warp issues and different things that go on sometimes. And it's just sometimes good racing, and it's nobody's fault. It's just good old-fashioned hard racing.
Yeah, that's for sure what it looked like here. I got the replay you played there on our stream. Like I said, I got to agree with you. We're getting them restacked, repacked here at USA International Speedway. Caution lights are still on the truck. We're getting everybody back in line where they're supposed to be. Race controls telling them on the radio, hey, you go here, you go there, you belong here, you belong there, pass this car, pass that car. And we'll get them double filed back up here. Looks like the lights are still on the pace truck. They're still working at it.
Just taking a look out here to the chat box. I seen Phil check in a little bit earlier here. He was trying to see what closed captions will do for a blind guy between our voices, what closed captions will do. I don't know if you've listened to some of our broadcasts with that closed caption turned on, bud. But I don't think the closed captions even knows what we're talking about half the time.
Oh, probably not. I've heard myself talk. I don't know if they know what I'm talking about, because I don't.
Twister out there in the chat box. Jim Sloan out there. Twister said, hey, too tall and bud.
Mr. Twister. It looks like those lights might be out on that iRacing.com Chevrolet Silverado. Hard to tell from the angle I'm at. Possibly going to dive in. I am correct. Green flag coming back out. Hammers are back down. Evan C. Dylan Hauser, Evan C. battling back and forth, going out into turn 1. Deep down on the speedway goes Evan C. knocking Hauser up to the top of the speedway. Blake Majul's going to take over position number 2. Now side by side with Hauser for position number 2. Going to dive down into turn number 3. A little door bang in there. Blake Majul takes over the spot coming off of 4, as I assume ahead of things here. I guess I was wrong. Dylan Hauser still going to hold on to position number 2. They are side by side, screaming down into turn number 1. Somebody there, looks like Devin Morgan, looking down to the inside of Blake Majul, is going to try to make it 3 wide for position number 2. But they are running side by side. Evan C. seeing it in his rear view mirror. He's got 7/10 of a second lead back already. Saying, you guys go ahead, play around back there. I'm going to stay out here, check out, put in the old recliner, and just go for a ride.
Yeah, it's fantastic out there, bud. These guys just fighting tooth and nail for every spot out there currently, except for the race leader, Evan Say, just walking away. Good battle going on for second. Slide job maneuver by the 2 of Dylan and Hauser. Hauser trying to get around the 127 of Blake Majul. Majul's on the outside in that 127 machine, definitely firing back. Then we got a 3 wide battle going back there between Devin Morgan, the 44, the Swindell Speed Lab number 44, Blake Cannon, the double knot 7 of Jacob Fields. This is a star-studded field. These guys are all guys that were in the spring fling out here for VLR. These guys putting on a show as we're coming up on halfway home. This time by off of turn number 4. 20 in, 20 to go here. Yellow flag laps not counting here at the USA International Speedway. But here comes the 07 down to the inside. That is Devin Cardwell side by side with the 44. Blake Cannon back to the outside. Look at that battle go on here. And they wage war throughout the field.
As they're going now, Evan C's just about out to a 2-second lead. He's got 1.883 seconds over Dylan Hauser. Hauser there running second, Leighton Jules. And Devin Morgan there battling it out for position number 3.
Yeah, I mean, there's 3 wide battling but going on throughout the field here. I mean, this is just amazing racing. I wish I could catch all of it here. So we're watching these guys go at it here, duking it out here. You got Devin Cardwell, Blake Cannon, Dylan Wilson, Hayden Cardwell now coming into the fray too. Cardwell and Christian Hanger right there. The 25 is Zach McSwain. These guys all could be right there. Here comes Hayden Cardwell down to the inside of Devin Cardwell, battling side by side. That's even the battle for the 8th and 9th position. These guys go at it here, but yellow flag going to slow these guys back down. Yellow, 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 and we're going to restack and repack the field. Man, I could always think some more chaos will ensue after that.
Oh, I could only hope. Boy, what a race this has been so far. Like I said, them first 5 laps were definitely an indication of what we were going to see here. Evan C's definitely been stepping out and showing them the fastest way around the speedway. That time he was flirting with a 2-second lead a couple laps there. It was 1.9 something one time when I peeked over at my timing screen. So he's definitely got things locked down as to where the fastest spot is on this speedway. But like you say, back behind him is where the action is at from second all the way back there. Jocelyn back and forth position. They're slide jobbing to 3 wide. They're trying to go 4 wide. Side by side, lap after lap after lap for second. Woo! Only on lap number 22.
Yeah, I know. And watching what brought out this yellow flag, it looks like Richard Murtaugh Jr. may have gotten to the back of the number 74 of Blake Brown. Brown goes around and not. Everybody does a great job of missing him over there. So not a lot of damage to the number 74. He's going to join the tail of the field. Probably just a little bit of hurt feeling there as he's making his way back up through. We'll see what he's going to be able to do in 26, see if he can make his way back up. Maybe inside the top 15. I know we still have 19 laps remaining here. And it's been a fantastic show. Like you said, I can't wait till this green flag drops again.
Absolutely. It's definitely going to be a good race to the finish. It'd be awesome if they could take it green flag all the way down. Man, it's going to be a race. We got to see if Hauser's got anything for C here. I don't think he's gonna unless C makes some kind of mistake. But from what I've seen so far, man, he's got out there. He knows where he's got to be. He knows what he's got to do to stay out front. But there's a restart involved, so we may see something different happening.
Yeah, Evan C definitely having a fantastic run here. Delaware double file restart going to be the way of the land, as the 127 Blake Jules will be on the inside, and you got Dylan Hauser on the outside. The very next row back there, then you have Devin Morgan and Blake Cannon. That is row number 2, so I believe that's going to be Delaware double file. That's how this is going to work out. I may be wrong here. I'm used to calling that now because that's a lot of what's happening here anymore on the Full Velocity Racing Network. And Evan Say, definitely a fantastic car there underneath him in that number 33. Like you said, 2 seconds. He pulled away to a 2-second advantage over the rest of the field.
Quickly, too. I mean, he did it within a few laps. He was at a second and a half, and then a couple laps later, he was just about 2 seconds. Yeah, real fast here tonight. Definitely got something figured out here at USA International Speedway. Finding all the wet spots that he can for the extra gription in the clay they got laid down on the asphalt. Looks like the lights are out now on the iRacing.com. Chevrolet Silverado double file restarts is how she's going to be. SA was kind of hanging out in the front there for a little bit, so we were kind of confused. I thought it was going to be Delaware as well, but let's see here. Down into 3. See if the pace truck dives off of 4, and we go back green flag.
Just waiting to see if that pace truck does indeed dive off. I believe it's going to do so. It looks like yellow lights are extinguished atop that iRacing.com Chevy. Silverado's going to do so. Light the wick, light the fire off at turn number 4. Green flag back in the air. Never say. Leads the charge down to turn number 1. The 127 Blake Patrols down to the bottom of the speedway there. With car number 2, Dylan Hauser, as the 33 makes a little bit of a mistake. They all hitting the apex down on the bottom of the speedway there. The entrance there, the lawn maintenance that they have to do. They're all the grassy knoll, I should call it, down there. But it definitely is one of those weird things as they come down to turn number 1. But down the front straightaway, it's the car number 33 of FSA, Dylan Hauser, Labor Jules, your top 3.
Yellow flag coming back out on the speedway. Didn't quite catch what happened there, but we definitely got a yellow back out on the speedway.
Looks like Richard Murtaugh involved in car number 33. He was coming down here underneath the 17 machine. He's still running. The 014 of Trent Beaver into the 42 of Adam Homerding. That is what really caused it there, is Adam Homerding definitely didn't give up a spot, kept going in there, got the 17, the 33, the 14 of J.D. Brown. Those guys all involved in the back of the pack. Tough break for those drivers, as they're going to have to try it once again, but this time with some damaged cars there. The 42 in the 014 don't seem to be happy with each other, revving up against each other, definitely letting each other know that they weren't very happy with one another into that corner.
Well, there you have it. There's your answers why we're back to yellow here. Let's see if we can't get everybody restacked, repack, go back, green flag racing, 24 laps in. We are past the halfway point, 40-lap feature event.
Hey, bud, Mark Stark out there too. Don't forget Mark.
Hey, Mark,
out there.
how's it going?
He says he's up in the tower, or he's up on the tower.
Hey, up on the tower, hollering out to the drivers. Hey, you got a caution, caution, he says.
Yeah, definitely good to see the guys out there from Afton, you know, that have supported us, to see those guys out there and different people around this area. Definitely get into the iRacing stuff, because I know everybody missing the local track around here. I've had customers come into the store missing the local track, and we're all waiting and raring and ready to go to get to racing, but I don't know. But I don't know if it's going to be in May. I'm hoping it's in May. It may be more towards the June area, but we need to get back to racing, because I am jonesing. I really am.
Oh, absolutely. I told you the other day about one of those race fuel scented candles. Don't do that. It doesn't smell like race fuel. I got to say hi to Chad out there. Josh, thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the show. But yeah, those candles, they don't smell like race fuel. I was excited, then disappointed.
Well, I wonder. I guess we probably ought not buy race fuel and just light it on fire. That probably wouldn't be a good idea. But
no, and then I thought about buying some, put in my truck, but my luck, I'd burn out the pistons or something. You know, too hot for my truck. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to wait.
Yeah, definitely going to have to wait for that race season to come up. I know a lot of guys itching at it, still getting tech questions, which is fantastic. Keep those coming. I definitely enjoy chatting with each and every one of you when I get time. As green flag getting ready to come back out of turn number 4. iRacing, I flag, green flag out. The 33 of Evans Say, Dylan Hauser. Lady Jones lead it down here to turn number 1. Oh, Blake Cannon around!
Oh, what a shame. He was right up there doing good, too. Yellow flag back out on Speedway.
Yellow out for, I believe, the number 44 of Blake Cannon around in a knot. We're going to make sure that's what brought it out here. We look down here into the corner. Blake Cannon just, I don't know. I think that was more hard racing there. Dylan Wilson getting into the side of him. Just a little bit of contact sends that number 44, Blake Cannon, the Swindell Speed Lab, around in a knot.
Yeah, as you say, again, a little hard racing. That's the thing. You get racing hard, especially on these restarts. Restarts can be tough. Everybody's real close together. Everybody's fighting for real estate. Everybody's trying to make their car run the best. It's definitely can be an equalizer in a race like this. You get them long, drawn-out green flag laps, and everybody kind of spreads out a bit, doing their own thing, trying to get us, advance on the speedway as much as they can. But on them restarts, they all got that plan in their mind. They all want to get back going. They're meant to go fast, not go slow. And when they get back going fast, sometimes they jostle around and beat and bang and take each other out. It's not meant, not intentional. Just kind of happens the way it happens.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate when that does happen, and these guys able to, some of these have quick repairs, some of them don't. They're able to go down the pit road, figure out what's going on there in the 33 of Evans Say out there out front, but like the guys behind them have damage, like the 33 of Richard Murtaugh had some damage, and those drivers able to go down, and they're able to repair it to a certain extent. I don't believe they have more than one quick repair, if they do have one at all. If they do have one, they can go down there and get it one time, and that will fix pretty much anything. I'd love to have that just magically. You come off with some kind of smoking issue. You magically hit a button. Hey, it's repaired. You don't have to touch nothing, but that'd be fantastic.
That sure would be nice. Better no Cletus coming over with the big hammer to beat everything out away from the tires when you tap the wall.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it goes on here. Definitely, I tell you, I would say sim racing is a great avenue to get into racing, especially to learn some of the stuff. And this simulation is definitely pretty close to the real thing. In some aspects of another, you don't get the G-forces. That's obvious. I'm sure you could buy something that can make you have the G-forces. That'd be rather interesting. I think I've tried something.
I'm sure you'd have something.
I think I've tried something down at Lernerville when I went down to the Firecracker 100. They had a late model simulator down there, and it utilized an older game. But as soon as you turn into the corner, the hydraulics will pick up the late model and make things really weird. Definitely different up on the bars. That was interesting, especially a simulator like that. I'm sure there's a ton of money invested in one of them. I'd rather go racing than if that's going to cost me that.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to go spend $20,000-$30,000 on an iRacing rig. You might as well just buy a car. Buy yourself an Excel modified and go have some fun on the weekend.
Yeah, and those cars are fantastic. Like I said, we were talking about that the other evening. And definitely Excel, definitely something to get in. Great sportsman here in this area. Another good class to get into. As long as it's being policed correctly, that's another great class to get into. A lot of great drivers going into that, and a lot of guys that can't afford a lot of the other stuff. Great class to get into for the GM portion of the thing. You get a GM crate and just go racing. I mean, you don't even need a brand new Bicknell chassis or even a Troyer chassis to go compete in one of them. I believe it was a few years ago, Car 77 won off of a DQ. I think it was a Christ, I do believe. Won off a DQ in a 2006 chassis. Just a couple of years
I believe
ago.
that was Fred.
Yeah,
Chris.
Fred.
Yep.
Fred. And he never won in, what was it, 20 years. So great story behind that one.
That was an awesome story, yep. Yeah, I mean, like you say, with those crate cars and even with the Excel cars, you don't need a brand new car to be fast in those kinds of classes. You don't need a $50,000, aluminum-headed engine under the hood to win races, because everybody's supposed to be fairly similar.
And that's what this is great about here with the fixed setups. You can be similar. You don't have to have the massive setup underneath it. If you have a fixed setup race, I believe this is open setup here for this one, but maybe it is fixed setup. But it's one of those things that you just go and you talk about. And if you have that fixed setup, it's all about driving skills, what they say. The practice on the track makes you even better. And some of these guys up front, have tons and tons and tons of hours into this simulation and how these cars roll and setups. So kudos to those guys, because I tell you, I go out there, I'm lucky if I can make one setup in a year span. I have to use the fixed setup. I have no time.
That's my problem. If I'm racing anything on here, it's going to be a fixed setup. I messed around a little while with the dirt midget. I pulled out my old setup book for my Excel car one night, and I says, you know what? Let me punch some numbers in, and it was close. My setup for my Excel almost worked on that car on here, so it was pretty neat. iRacing.com, Chevrolet Silverado back in the pits. Green flags back out at 33. Evan C. out to the advantage over the two-car, Dylan Hauser, as they dive down into turn of one. Everett really sucking that hub now. Top part of the Speedway seems to be going away. We got the 80 up there on the top side. Running back there in 6 with Jacob Fields right there on his tail running the top side. But so far, Evan C. Dylan Hauser sucking the hub. Hauser now looking to the inside of C for the lead. Coming down past the flag stand for lap number 25. We got a yellow flag back on the Speedway.
Yellow, 15 laps remaining here. Yellow fever just coming out here. Definitely a lot of things going on here at USA International Speedway. A lot of yellow flags, and this makes it lengthy. Got to say a big shout out though to Will Eastman out there. I see Will Eastman. We talked about 600s, bud. Will Eastman comes on there.
Ears must have been ringing.
Yeah, Will Eastman out there. Got to say a big hello to him. Joining here, watching the race or doing whatever. Brian Steigerwald, I seen him out there. As yellow flag did come out, we'll see what caused this one. Looks like the 42 machine involved in this one. See if he had help, and oh man, Kevin Dadman forced it in there. Definitely in that number 3 machine, Wrangler number 3, gets into Adam Overding, and Adam goes around in a knot, enough to bring out the yellow flag here, and man, 15 to go. Keep ticking them off.
Ticking them down little by little. We'll get a couple green flag laps, a couple caution flag laps. But man, I tell you, the racing action when they are green is solid. Sometimes with these races, I don't know about on iRacing, but the racing can sometimes get a little stagnant if you got a lot of caution flags, where the drivers get tired or they get sick of speeding up and slowing down, and throws them off their game. But these guys here, every time we go back green, the action's right back there, right in your face. They're really chewing, really digging. Everybody wants to win here tonight by the looks.
Yeah, they definitely want to win the money there. Everybody making money though for starting this event. Everybody makes. I think it was scheduled to be 30, and definitely 25. And KT King. Yeah, I understand that, KT. Trust me.
Looks like we got them all restacked, repacked. I believe I seen the lights go out on that pace truck. Leading them down into turn number 3. Evan C. Dylan Hauser, your front row. 25 laps in. McCown Chevrolet Silverado pace truck going to dive into the pits this time by. Green flag is back out. Hammers are back down to 33. Evan C. diving down into turn number 1, cutting across the little grass berm there. Like Majula is doing the same thing, bouncing up across the speedway. We got a yellow flag back out on the speedway. We got a couple of them spinning back a little bit farther in the pack.
Yeah, it looks like Austin COR involved in this one from D1RT. We're going to make sure we get back here far enough. Since everybody's stacking up here and trying to fight for that same bit of real estate, because, oh man, I see Blake Brown up on his lid too. We have a turtle on the front straightaway. He can't get back over on all fours. We got to flip him back over. That is the number 74 of Blake Brown, upside down. Definitely not where he wanted to be. Definitely not the footage he wanted to get, as he just sits there and waits. Unfortunately, going to have to call a tow truck to go back to the pit road. He said Austin COR also was involved in that one. He's going to have to come down and get some damage repaired. The 14 machine also involved. That is just trying to make sure I have who they are. They're the number 23 of Mason Clark on the screen. So number 14 out there. Clark also having damage. Goes down and gets his quick repair done. So 14 laps to go.
Looks like race control changed restarts to single file from here on out. I don't know if that's because we passed the halfway point or just because they don't want to see so many cautions.
These guys definitely jumping in each other's graves right now, trying to fight for spots. That I tell you, the 26th through 18th all pay the same, guys. They all pays the same. You have to get from 18th above. Maybe just a little bit of talk to you guys, but it all pays the same 18th through 26th, and then it goes up. So really start paying attention there. Hopefully anybody listening to the broadcast that heed them words and just kind of race, and use your head. That's what's going on here. Guys just getting a little throttle happy, trying to get around the cars on the restart because they're afraid if they go single file long enough and stay spread out that they're never going to catch the car in front of them.
Yeah, I understand it. I understand being on the track, and yeah, you don't like the single file, especially if you're really trying to get up for position. But as a race moderator, I guess they wanted to see him single file, so maybe try to not so much. Gonna give a shout out to Brad Weaver there, watching on my live feed on my Facebook there. How's it going, Brad? Welcome to the show.
Bring the dog back under yellows. Aaron, the dog's been kicked outside.
Green flag's back out, hammers back down. Evan C. Dylan Hauser leading your field down into turn number 1, diving deep across that pit road exit. Just about all the field. I love seeing him hit that little berm down there. But side by side now, Dylan Hauser looks to the inside coming off of turn number 2. Doesn't quite make a stick going down the backstretch. Down into turn number 3 now, side by side again. Might be able to inch it out coming off of turn number 4. We got ourselves a new leader in the form of Dylan Hauser and that off number 2 machine. FBC there, right there in second, trying to find his way back around. Blake Majulis coming up from 3rd position there, right up to the back bumper of Evan C. See if he can find something to get around. We got him just about 3 wide back there for 4th, 5th, and 6th in turn number 2. Diving down into turn number 3 for position number 4 is Blake Cannon, Dylan Wilson side by side. On the outside of them, I believe, was Devin Morgan. So far, it's all Dylan Hauser out front. Evan C. looking to the inside down there in turn number 2. Can't quite make anything happen. Just waiting for a little bit of a screw up by the 2-car Dylan Hauser. Yellow flag out on the speedway.
Yellow flag, and I'm not sure if this is involved. We're going to make sure who's involved. I think maybe Trent Beaver. Definitely see who this actually involved.
I did not see who it was. I didn't even see anybody dropping back through the field through my screens here to see anybody that was wrecking.
It's 17, 18, oh, Trent Beaver goes for a ride, and unfortunately, the 33 Murtaugh gets into him. That was enough to bring out the yellow flag, but Trent Beaver trying to drive up and exit stage right out of the speedway, up onto the chain link fence up there. He pulls it back down, but man, what a ride he was going to go.
What a ride. What a ride. Good thing that chain link fence was there. That'd have been a show and a half right there. Reminiscent of a night down at Afton in a little green car that somebody I know did. Except he didn't take it over.
Yeah, definitely. Remember the wall rider down in Afton quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
That back truss wall was not a fan of many people. It still isn't.
It'll suck.
I've had the front stretch wall suck me in. I really have.
Yeah, that one comes up quick coming off of 4.
Yeah, and you get up into the marbles, it sucks you right into the wall. It can send
Sure
you up
do.
on,
It's
upside
like-
down on your lid too.
Yeah, I think I've seen another guy I know do something similar to that.
Yeah. Yep. Try to drive up the side of a car, don't work. You try to get off that car, you go back and you drive up the wall, and then you go over. That's not a good idea.
Not usually. You got the yellow lights out on that iRacing.com Chevrolet Silverado pace truck. Bringing them down the backstretch. Dylan Hauser, your leader, over Evan Say. What a battle they've had so far. The upset of the night is going to be this lead change if it keeps going back and forth. We'll see. As they bring him nice and paced down third turn into turn number 4. Single file nose to tail. Chevrolet Silverado in the pits. Green flags back out. Hammers are back down. Dylan Hauser leading down into turn number 1. Hard charge way down in there. Sucking the bottom of the hub. Dylan Hauser, Evan C., Blake Majulis. The two cars stepping away from Blake Majulis just a little bit there. Running fourth now is Dylan Wilson in the ADD car. Yellow flag back out on the speedway. We got 1 lap completed, lap 30. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Not sure. Not 100% positive.
Again, I'm not sure. I was concentrating on the front there, and I didn't catch anything on the corner of my screen anywhere.
No, it doesn't look like maybe somebody went sideways. I don't have anybody either on my screen. So we'll let that one go. We'll let that decide up there. So just a little thing here I've done here. Well, I should say, announcing there just a little bit with a couple of different guys out there. Ben Shelton be one of them. Ben Shelton has been announcing with me for quite some time. But and you know how we used to do, like, you shout out for 1, shout out for 2. Well, here in Facebook Live, we're going to do what Ben Shelton does. It is something we want to hear who you guys are backing here tonight with the thumbs up. Let us know thumbs up if you think Dylan Hauser going to take down the win here this evening. How about second place, Evan Say? Do you think Evan Say has what it takes? We want to see a heart emoji down there. Heart emoji. We'll see if Evan Say is going to take down the winner. How about the 127? We'll do the wow face, the wow emoji for the 127 of Blake Majulis in car number 127. This one does Speed Labs 127, or even maybe the 44 of Blake Cannon. Let's give the angry emoji for that one. See if Blake Cannon can take down the win. He's fast here with 10 to go. Let's see some of the emojis out there. Let us know who you think's going to win. Thank you to Ben.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Nice. Sounds like a solid plan, but we got the yellow lights are out. That can only mean one thing. The green are soon to follow. iRacing Chevrolet Silverado in the pits. Green flags back out. Dylan Hauser on the loud pedal leading Evan Say down into turn number 1. Diving her back down deep across the pit road exit there. We got the AED looking to the outside of the 44 of Blake Cannon now for position number 4. Dylan Wilson there running 5th. Yellow flag yet again on the Speedway. Yellow fever for sure here tonight at USA International Speedway in Lakeland, Florida.
Yeah, we need something to cure that yellow fever here this evening. Definitely, it's caution breed caution. You guys just can't get it going. We're going to have to figure out who brought out this yellow flag this time.
Here's what I do at the Speedway, Todd. I stand up, I turn around 3 times, and then I sit back down. So let's see if that happens here.
Austin COR around. Off the bumper of the number 14 machine. That number 14 was Mason Clark. So Clark getting into the backside of the number 1 of Austin COR. That brings out our yellow flag. We'll make sure, yeah, you can do all kinds of things to try to get this yellow flag hijinks away. I mean, the yellow flag. You can steal the flagger's yellow flag too. You can steal it.
Racers are suspicious. We're superstitious, and little things work. I know racers that have lucky underwear, lucky shirt. Things they wear every time they're in the race car. So, give a little announcer superstition to stand up and shake the legs a little bit, and maybe they're getting itchy, and it's for them.
Maybe we'll be able to get some green flag laps in here. 9 to go in the A main, so we've been stuck here pretty much here the last couple laps. Right around 10 and 9 to go is these guys just can't get it going so far. So we'll see if they're going to be able to get it going here. If you have some time out there, you're on the Team VLR Facebook page. Give us a shout out. Let us know where you're from. Let us know where you're tuning in from, I should say. Or you can go on over to that Full Velocity Racing Network Facebook page. Become a supporter. You got the badge down in the corner. Become a supporter. Help us keep our broadcasting rates cheaper by becoming a supporter. And you get all fancy cool things. And once we have 50 supporters, we'll give away some T-shirts. On the Full Velocity Racing Network, 50 supporters. If we hit that mark, we can give away some T-shirts. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in for that and being able to be a support avenue for that. I know, but as I thought things were going to get done early here for me. I know I have Speed Shift TV coming up here rather soon. I know I'm on the controls for that one, so we'll have to wait and see what's happening.
Yeah, we only got 9 laps left. Let's see if they can make it happen this time. Here we go. Green flag going to fly off of turn 4. Dylan Hauser going to lead him down the straightaway into turn number 1. Cut way down deep again across that pit exit. Dylan Hauser leading him down the back stretch. Haven't seen the 33 car right there on his back bumper. Position number 2. Blake Majulis now running 3rd. Everybody staying down low on the bottom of the Speedway. Like you say earlier, the top side seemed to have gone away quite early in this race. We got a few stragglers towards the back of the pack running the top side. Everybody else sits fast up front, running down low. Now looking at the inside of the 2-car M&C. Looking, trying to find a little bit of extra something to get by that 2-car for the win here in this 40-lap main event. This time by, they're going to come by. It's going to be lap 35 past this flag stand. 35 in, 5 to go. Side-by-side battle now for the lead as they come by the flagger stand. Down into turn number 1. C and Hauser. Hauser and C. The 33, the 2. Back and forth, battling it out. Coming out smelling like a rose on the backstretch. I think it's going to be the 33 of M&C going to lead that. Down the backstretch. Now we got the tippy-tap coming from Dylan Hauser in the back bumper. Ooh, we got a little shoving out of the way coming down the front stretch. The 2-car. Dylan Hauser back in the lead. Lap 35, 36.
Man, Evan C going to take back over that race lead there, but man, this is fantastic. as Dylan Hauser. We'll see what he's got for Evan Say. Is that Say right now your race leader? Dylan Hauser running in that second spot. See if we can come on the assault. 4 laps remain here around the USA International Speedway.
Boy, what a heartbreak. Hauser had that lead. See, took it away, but they're battling back and forth. Blake Majulis now sneaking up in there. See if he can get a little bit of piece of the action. Top 3 cars right there. They are the breakaway pack. Evan C., Dylan Hauser, Blake Majulis, lap 36 in the books here. We're winding on down this lap, 40-lap main event. Dylan Hauser taking it to the top shelf to see if he can find a little extra gription. Get past that 33 of Dylan C. Blake Majulis now fading just a little bit back behind the 2 car of Dylan Hauser. The 4th place car, Jacob Fields, there all by himself as a yellow flag comes out on the speedway here on lap 37.
Heck, why not? Why not stack these guys up one more time and make them race for it again? The yellow flag, like you said, comes out. Go see what I can find on the instant replay. Oh, that wasn't good. I seen somebody upside down. That was Adam Homerding, and we'll make sure that we get a little bit of Adam Homerding in contact with the 17. And around he goes. Wrong place, wrong time for Murtaugh. And upside down, we have another turtle into the corner. Oh, that is number 42 of Adam Homerding. Homerding upside down on his lid. Has a call for a tow truck. So tough break for Adam Homerding as he now down to the infield there. And Murtaugh's had some bad luck in car number 33 here this evening.
Yeah, he sure has. Been in a couple incidents here, not really having a good night. Like you say, our second turtle of the night. Let's see if we get them all restacked, repacked here for a 3-lap shootout. Single file is going to be the restart way when we get back to green. Racing moderators getting everybody stacked up, packed up, shuffled, put back where they belong. The 007 Jacob Fields now up in 4th. Where did he start, Todd?
Take a look at Jacob Fields to see the driver in race bar for Jacob Fields. Started 13th. Lowest was 13th. He's currently in the 4th position, so he's made up 9 positions here already. Definitely doing a fantastic job, and we'll see if he's going to be able to continue on with that one. Actually, it's 9. No, excuse me. Let's go 8 positions. See, I can't math either. No math. But yeah,
he might just be my Macon Bacon Award winner here tonight. He's definitely made some tracks up through the field. I've been kind of watching him here and there. Mason Crawford going from 16 to 6th.
That's pretty good too. That's 10 positions.
Lights are out. I-Flag, iRacing, pace truck in the pits. Green flags back out to 33, Evan C. Taking them down the front stretch. Leading Dylan Hauser and Blake Majulis. Down into turn number 1, out of turn number 2, down the back stretch. See if Dylan Hauser's got anything for your leader here on lap number 38. This time by white flag, gonna go in the air. See, leading them down into turn number 1, Evan C., Dylan Hauser, Blake Majulis running 3rd, Jake Fields looking to the inside of Blake Majulis for position number 3. Down the back stretch, the 33 of Evan C., hammering down into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Winner's going to be Evan C. with Dylan Hauser 2nd, Blake Majulis for 3rd, Jacob Fields for 4th, Blake Cannon 5th, Mason Crawford 6th, Dylan Wilson 7th, Devin Morgan 8th, Kevin Dedman 9th, Devin Cardwell 10th, Christian Hanger 11th, Grant Riles 12th, Howard Weaver 13th, J.D. Brown, Austin Harnick, Richard Murtaugh Jr. 16th, Trey Mills, Trent Beaver finishing 18th, Mason Clark 19th, Hayden Cardwell 20th, Adam Homerding finishing 21st, Craig Schwartz, Blake Brown, Austin Carr, Zach McSwain, and Logan Rourke. There's your finish.
All right, we're going to take a brief pause for the cause, make our way on down to BladeNote.com, Victor Lane. Hopefully interview our top 3 drivers, see if those guys get in here. Evan Say, Dylan Hauser and Blake Majulis, your top three. We'll get a couple words with them and see what happens here in just a few moments here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. And welcome back to the Full Velocity Racing Network. We're going to do this thing a little bit backwards here. We're going to get an interview here. Let's throw Evan Say on to the barn burner here and put him on the Bunsen burner, whatever we want to call it. We're going to send him down to bladenode.com, Victory Lane, and do this thing backwards. Bud Leiser down in Victory Lane with the driver of the number 33 machine.
Evan Say, what a show. Walk us through what happened.
Hold on, I couldn't hear y'all.
Sorry about that. Okay, are you with us now?
Yeah, I got you. I had to reset my computer last night. I forgot to change the output.
All right, well, welcome to BladeDome.com, Victory Lane. What a show. What a show. The battle between you and Dylan Hauser. Take us through that battle for us, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I think I kind of faded a little bit towards the end, or it just took a while to get going on those restarts, and he was able to get under me there. And I was hopefully, with all those yellows, I just wanted to see if I could get back to him, and I was able to get under him and passed him clean going into one. We didn't even touch, and then he moved me out of the way the next turn, so yeah, I just did the same thing to him, and was able to pull away a little bit there in the last restart and get a good jump and bring it home.
All right, like I say, it was a great show. Thanks for a little bit of a walkthrough. There's anybody here tonight you need to thank for helping you put on the show?
Oh yeah, just want to thank y'all guys for broadcasting Southern All-Star Series, for putting this on, the admin team. It's fun to race these open supers on different tracks, and it's also nice to have a little bit of payout with it too. I got to thank Team VLR, Iris and Night Flag, Kevin Deadman, his band Dirty Grass Soul, Captain Ben Morgan, Jim Emery at Next Level Designs for awesome paints. And yeah, just thank y'all for broadcasting again, everyone that put the show on. It was fun.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks to all those folks. Evan C., everybody, your winner here tonight at USA International Speedway.
Yeah, thank you.
So Evan Say taking down the victory there. Bud Leiser was down there. We'll make our way down to tonight's second place finisher, driver of the number 2, Dylan Hauser. I believe through everything Evan that he had there towards the end of that one, Dylan, go through the last couple laps there. I mean, man, that was a fantastic race between you and Evan. Definitely some rubbing, but that's racing here. But fantastic finish. So tell us about it.
Yeah, I got by him like lap 35 or 25, I think it was, and was running a clean race. I feel like he had the better car. We just got by him on a restart. He was overshooting turn 1 by a lot on his restarts, making sure I wouldn't run the back of him. And then like lap 25 or 35, he just went up in there and used me up, so I used him back up in 3 and 4, and then he just clobbered me in 1 and 2 on a 36, and I could never get a chance to return the favor. So it is what it is. He got the win, but that's how he wants to get a win. We could do the same stuff week in, week out. I'm happy with second, but I would have liked to get the win there. I passed him with no contact. I expect the same. And then he said it was net code, but I went back and watched it, and I don't think it was net code. But I get it. We all have those moments. We've all get into each other every now and then, but it's part of it. I got to thank you guys for broadcasting, VLR, putting the league on. All my sponsors, Jeff Brown at iRacing iFly. Check him out for all your pit box needs. Design 75 for the best wraps in iRacing. And Down Under Graphics, JDR Graphics, Hanover Record Service, all those guys that make all this stuff possible. Dwayne's been putting the league on, and yeah, just gotta appreciate it.
All right, well, you summed it up rather quickly there, Dylan. I'll let you go, and hopefully we'll see you down here a little bit more in BladeNode.com Victory Lane next time, maybe in that car number 2.
Yeah, I gotta go run the World of Outlaw Pro Series, so I gotta get out of here.
All right, we'll let you go, Dylan, as he goes to the World of Outlaw Pro Series. I know I got to get running because I got Speed Shift TV obligations, but we'll make one more trip down here. I believe it's Blake Majulis. We'll try to go quickly with Blake. Blake finishing up 3rd here tonight. Blake, just tell us about your run here this evening. I know a lot of you guys have to go, so definitely tell us about the run here and how the track went for you here this evening.
Yeah, I just kind of struggle here a bit, honestly, and kind of got in a decent groove there in the beginning. Ended up taking the lead, and Todd went away so fast, and Hauser was just better than I was, and was able to fall back in line into 3rd and just kind of never looked back from there. Couldn't really do much. Seeing how much they were making contact and whatnot, it was hard to determine what to do, and especially on restarts where to go, because you never know what they were going to do. They were racing hard and pretty just dirty kind of, but I mean, I didn't really know what to expect, but 3rd is about all I had.
Well, 3rd is all you had, but you definitely had a fantastic run here tonight, Blake. And I know we've seen you down in Victory Lane quite a bit as of late here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, but another podium finish at a track maybe you didn't like so much here. But give you that microphone, we'll let you think or let think here this evening.
Yeah, thanks, man. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting and taking all your time, especially these last few weeks. I know you guys have been busy, so thank you guys. Swindell Speed Lab, my whole team. Design 75, Jeremy Ray for the clean wrap, as always. Sim Seats, you guys for broadcasting, my girlfriend, and everybody that watched. Thank you very much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bringing home the 3rd place finish here tonight. Driver of the number 127, that's Blake Majulis, taking down the 3rd place here this evening. And didn't quite get the widget up I wanted to for Blake. But Blake, another fantastic run for him there, bud. And that's going to do it here for the Southern All-Star Dirt Esports Racing League. And another barn burner here at the USA International Speedway. And some drivers going home with some extra dough here tonight. I don't know if Bud's still with me, but
I'm still here.
There he is. So, closing comments on that race, Bud, before we get going.
What a show. Oh, my gosh. Other than the bunch of cautions, but in reality, I think the cautions helped us out a little bit for action-wise because it got everybody packed up and everybody really hungry and wanting to race. I mean, as I said before, the guys get out there, get itchy. You know, you're there to race. You're there to go fast. You slow them down. It gets them anxious. And sometimes it makes for really good racing. Sometimes it makes for a wreck fest. Sometimes it makes for a little bit of both. But I don't know. I think tonight was a good show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it here for the Full Velocity Racing Network. I know I have obligations to go over to Speed Shift TV. I know a lot of these guys go in the World of Outlaw late model series, different things going on. I believe it might have been the Outlaws, actually. The World of Late Model Outlaws, I should say. But definitely can't wait for all this. So we'll see you live here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. I know Phil and Jack have a broadcast coming up, the 305 Sprint Cars on Asphalt. That ought to be a great one, too. But stay tuned to Full Velocity Racing Network for all your updates here, and we'll see you soon on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
See you.